What if the first definitive proof of alien technology wasn't a grand arrival but a single ambiguous frame of data on a NASA live feed, visible for just a fraction of a second before the screen went black? This is the story of a hypothetical event, a thought experiment grounded in real science. On June 18th, a NASA feed tracking a fictional interstellar visitor named 3I Atlas suddenly cuts out. But not before revealing something that looks eerily artificial. Was it a simple glitch or our first glimpse of something engineered? Let's explore this together. The initial discovery. So, how does a story like this even begin? It starts with the silent, relentless work of a real program, the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS. Funded by NASA and operated by the University of Hawaii, this network of robotic telescopes with key figures like principal investigator Larry Deneau at the helm, scans the entire visible sky every 24 hours. Its primary mission is planetary defense, but its wide, fast survey is perfect for catching interstellar interlopers. In our scenario, on July 1, 2025, ATLAS flags an object on a hyperbolic trajectory. This isn't just another rock orbiting our sun. Its path proves it's a visitor from another star system, moving too fast to be captured by our sun's gravity. After its trajectory is confirmed by the Minor Planet Center, it's designated 3Y Atlas. This would immediately trigger a global astronomical response. Scientists like Karen Meach, who led the characterization team for Oumuamua, would spearhead campaigns to observe the object with every major telescope available. This isn't just about getting a picture. It's a frantic race against time to gather data on a messenger from a distant, unknown solar system before it disappears back into the void forever. The anomalous frame. Here's the moment a routine observation becomes a profound mystery. A public live feed is tracking 3I Atlas. At precisely 03:17:12 UTC, the feed freezes on a final frame before cutting to black. The image is mostly standard deep space fare, a dim, fuzzy nucleus surrounded by a cloud of gas and dust. But in the lower left quadrant, something is different. There is a razor-sharp glint of reflected sunlight forming a perfectly straight line. This is the kind of anomaly that would make a SETI pioneer like Jill Tarter take notice. Natural objects in space, comets, asteroids, dust clouds, are chaotic and irregular. Light scatters off them in diffuse, uneven patterns, but this glint is geometric. It behaves as if it's reflecting off a polished, flat surface. Independent astronomers running their own analysis software would see their edge detection algorithms flag the segment immediately. It's too consistent, too crisp. In the long search for extraterrestrial intelligence, this is exactly the type of technosignature researchers look for. An artifact that appears manufactured, standing out starkly against the random backdrop of nature. The question is no longer just what is this comet made of, but was a part of it made at all? Data verification. An image this provocative is worthless if it can't be authenticated. This is where the modern, decentralized nature of science communication becomes critical. In the minutes after the blackout, a global network of independent archivists and citizen scientists would swing into action. They run automated scripts that continuously record public NASA feeds. Packet captures of the 3I Atlas feed from servers in Germany, Australia, and the United States would be uploaded to multiple repositories. Each file, timestamped 03:17:12 UTC, is protected by a unique cryptographic hash, a long string of characters serving as a digital fingerprint. This concept, with roots in the work of cryptographers like David Chaum, ensures data integrity. When compared, every single archived file matches bit for bit. The German hash is identical to the Australian hash, which is identical to the original broadcast. This provides undeniable proof that the frame was not altered, manipulated, or a hoax created after the fact. The chain of custody is forensically sound. The evidence is clean. The anomaly, whatever its cause, was genuinely present in the data stream from the spacecraft. This eliminates any possibility of a simple prank and forces the scientific community to confront the data as it is. Technical explanations. Before we entertain alien explanations, we have to exhaust all the mundane ones. So, why did the feed drop? The most probable official reason would be a routine network handover. NASA's deep space communications are a marvel of engineering, managed by experts like those at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, but they aren't flawless. Signals travel from a spacecraft to a relay satellite in the Tracking and Data Relay Satellite System, or TDRS, then down to one of the 3 deep space network complexes on Earth. As the Earth rotates and satellites move, the signal must be handed off from one station or satellite to another. An engineer like Mark Raymond, known for his work on missions like Dawn, would explain that these handovers can occasionally cause a brief loss of signal. These handover blanks are common, logged, and typically last for a few seconds. They show up as a gap in the data logs with a specific reason code, so a blackout is not in itself a conspiracy. The entire system is built with these brief interruptions in mind. The deeply unsettling part of this scenario isn't the blackout itself, but its timing. A routine technical glitch occurring at the exact nanosecond a potentially paradigm-shifting anomaly appears on screen is a coincidence of astronomical proportions. Digital forensics. Let's put the frame itself under the microscope. Digital forensics is an unemotional discipline, and it offers two powerful non-exotic explanations for the straight edge. The first is video compression. To transmit massive amounts of data across millions of miles, images are compressed using algorithms like JPEG or MPEG. These codecs, whose development owes thanks to computer scientists like Ken Perlin for their work on procedural textures and noise, divide an image into an 8x8 pixel grid. When a faint linear feature happens to align with the grid's boundaries, the algorithm can snap it into a perfectly straight line, exaggerating its geometric appearance. It's an artifact of the math, not a feature of the object. The second culprit is a cosmic ray. Space is saturated with high-energy particles that constantly bombard camera sensors. A particle can streak across a sensor's pixels, leaving a bright, and often perfectly straight trail that lasts for only a single frame. This is a well-documented phenomenon. The most likely forensic conclusion would be a double hit. A cosmic ray created a faint streak that was then amplified and sharpened by the compression codec. It's an elegant, logical explanation that fits the evidence without rewriting any textbooks. But it can't entirely rule out that it was a real object that was simply processed by the same algorithms. 3i Atlas background. To grasp the full weight of this anomaly, we need to remember the real interstellar objects that preceded our fictional one. First came one Oumuamua in 2017. It was a complete enigma. Small, dark, and highly elongated, it showed no visible coma or outgassing, yet it accelerated away from the sun as if something were pushing it. This led Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb to famously propose it could be an artifact of extraterrestrial technology, like a solar sail. Then, in 2019 came 2I Borisov. It was a much more familiar sight, looking and behaving like a classic comet with a clear coma and tail, though its chemical composition was unlike anything from our solar system. These two real visitors set the stage perfectly. They proved that interstellar objects are a reality, and that they can be profoundly weird. Oumuamua, in particular, primed the scientific community to be on the lookout for anomalies. It opened the door to seriously considering technological origins. So, when 3I Atlas appears in our scenario with its own bizarre feature, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. It lands directly on the fertile ground of unresolved scientific debate and public fascination that Oumuamua left in its wake, making the stakes infinitely higher. Scientific scrutiny. In science, an extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence, a principle famously championed by the great astronomer Carl Sagan. A single, ambiguous frame from one instrument is, honestly, the very definition of not enough evidence. For the so-called artificial edge hypothesis to be taken seriously, it would have to survive a brutal gauntlet of scientific scrutiny. First, the observation must be independently replicated. That means different teams, using different telescopes like the Hubble Space Telescope or the Keck Observatory, would need to observe 3I Atlas and confirm the presence of the same geometric glint. Second, it needs to be a multi-wavelength detection. If the glint appears in visible light, does it also show up in infrared and ultraviolet? Spectral analysis of the glint itself would be crucial here. If the light signature matched a known metallic alloy, rather than silicate rock or water ice, the claim would gain significant credibility. But as it stands in our scenario, the evidence is anecdotal. It sits really on the lowest rung of the evidence ladder. Until multiple independent data streams confirm the same anomaly, the overwhelming majority of scientists would, quite rightly, remain deeply skeptical and favor a natural or instrumental explanation. The burden of proof is, and must be, incredibly high. 3 theories. After all the analysis, the scientific community and the public would be left grappling with three divergent paths. The first is the most conservative natural phenomena. A leading cometary expert, perhaps someone like Paul W. Chodas from NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, would argue that what we saw was a glint off a freshly exposed face of ice. Comets are dynamic bodies. As they heat up, jets of gas can erupt, putting immense stress on the nucleus and causing it to fracture. A large, flat piece of ice could easily shear off, and if it catches the sunlight at just the right angle, it would produce a sharp, geometric glint before tumbling away. The second path is the technical glitch theory, a perfect storm of a cosmic ray hitting the sensor in a straight line, which is then exaggerated by the video compression algorithm. It's an illusion born from the interplay of physics and software. But the third path, the one championed by thinkers like Avi Loeb, is the most profound. It posits that the object is not natural at all, that the edge is a real manufactured component of a larger object, a probe, a solar sail, or even a piece of interstellar debris from a civilization long gone. It is a long shot, but it remains a possibility that cannot be disproven with the available data. Broader implications. An event like this, even a fictional one, would transcend the world of astronomy and have profound societal implications. As Seth Shostak of the SETI Institute has often noted, the discovery of potential intelligence would change our perspective on everything. The immediate aftermath would be a firestorm of public debate about data transparency and potential cover-ups. Why did the feed cut out? Who made that decision? This would lead to intense pressure on government agencies like NASA to adopt even more radical open data policies, perhaps mandating decentralized real-time public archives for all raw telemetry. Funding priorities in science could shift overnight. Congress might allocate emergency funding to projects dedicated to the search for techno-signatures. The event also becomes a massive test of global media literacy. How does the public distinguish between credible scientific analysis and wild speculation? For a world watching, the line between healthy skepticism and unbridled wonder would blur, forcing a global conversation about our place in the cosmos and how we prepare for a discovery that could change humanity forever. One single frame could permanently alter how we look at the night sky. The search continues. While our story of 3I Atlas is a thought experiment, the real search it describes is entering a golden age. We are on the cusp of a revolution in astronomy with the imminent full operation of facilities like the Vera C. Rubin Observatory in Chile. With leading scientists like its director Zeljko Avezic guiding the project, this observatory will conduct an unprecedented survey of the sky, discovering potentially dozens of new interstellar objects every year. This will transform the field from a data-starved science into a data-rich one. Each new visitor will be a data point, a clue from another solar system. Scientists are now actively developing the AI algorithms and observation strategies needed to characterize these objects quickly and efficiently. They are no longer just looking for comets and asteroids. They are actively hunting for anomalies. They are looking for strange light curves, unusual chemical compositions, and most importantly, objects that move in ways that defy our understanding of physics. The search is on, with more powerful tools and a more open mind than ever before. The next visitor is coming, and this time, we will be ready. The unresolved mystery of the 3I Atlas frame, though fictional, perfectly captures the tension between mundane explanation and profound possibility that drives science forward. It forces us to ask how we would react to a truly ambiguous signal from the cosmos, and highlights the absolute necessity of open data, rigorous skepticism, and relentless curiosity. What do you believe is the most compelling explanation for the anomaly and the blackout? Share your theory in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the greatest mysteries of our universe. Thanks for watching Simply Science. Could a blind Bulgarian mystic who died decades ago have predicted humanity's first alien contact? Baba Vanga's mysterious 2025 prophecy about extraterrestrial visitors is sending shockwaves through the scientific community as 3I Atlas, an enigmatic interstellar object, races toward Earth with characteristics that really defy conventional explanation. What's happening in our skies might fulfill ancient predictions in ways nobody expected. What if the most shocking prediction in human history is unfolding right before our eyes? Baba Vanga, the legendary Bulgarian prophet who died in 1996, allegedly foresaw that 2025 would mark humanity's first definitive contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. According to sources who documented her visions, she described strange visitors from distant stars arriving during this crucial year, bringing both knowledge and profound changes to human civilization. Her predictions specifically mentioned objects appearing in Earth's sky that would challenge everything scientists thought they knew about space and our place in the universe. The mystic reportedly described these visitors as ancient beings who had been traveling through the cosmos for billions of years, carrying secrets about the origins of life itself. She allegedly stated that these encounters would initially confuse scientists, who would struggle to determine whether they were witnessing natural phenomena or something far more extraordinary. Vanga's prediction included details about how these cosmic visitors would study Earth's inhabitants, before revealing their true nature and intentions. Most remarkably, she supposedly predicted that the first signs would appear as mysterious objects moving through our solar system in ways that defied natural explanation, exactly matching what scientists are now observing with 3-eye Atlas. Her followers believe this prophecy is beginning its fulfillment as humanity witnesses unprecedented cosmic events. How did a blind peasant woman from Bulgaria achieve such an extraordinary reputation for predicting world events? Baba Vanga, born Vangelia Pandeva Gushtarova, claimed to possess supernatural abilities after losing her sight in a mysterious storm during childhood. Throughout her lifetime, she allegedly made thousands of predictions, with supporters claiming an 85% accuracy rate for events that later came to pass. Her supposed successes include predicting the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, the 9/11 terrorist attacks, and various natural disasters that occurred decades after her death. Believers point to her alleged prediction about the 44th American president being African American, which they claim accurately foretold Barack Obama's election. She reportedly predicted that Europe would become uninhabitable by 2025, though interpretations of this prophecy vary widely among her followers. Vanga allegedly foresaw major climate changes, technological breakthroughs, and social upheavals that would transform human society in the early 21st century. Critics argue that many of these predictions were documented after the events occurred, making verification impossible, but her reputation continues to influence millions of people worldwide. Her prophecies about space exploration and extraterrestrial contact have gained renewed attention as astronomical discoveries increasingly challenge conventional understanding. Whether authentic or not, her 2025 alien prediction has captured global imagination as scientists grapple with mysterious objects like 3-eye Atlas that seem to validate her most extraordinary claims. What specific details did Baba Vanga allegedly provide about humanity's first encounter with alien intelligence? According to documented accounts from her followers, she predicted that 2025 would mark the beginning of open communication between Earth and extraterrestrial civilizations that have been quietly observing our planet for millennia. Her prophecy described these aliens as highly advanced beings who travel in objects that appear as both natural and artificial, confusing scientists who attempt to study them using conventional methods. She allegedly stated that these visitors would arrive from directions that challenge astronomical understanding, moving through space in ways that suggest intelligence rather than random cosmic wandering. The prediction included details about how these beings would initially reveal themselves through ambiguous signs that could be interpreted as either natural phenomena or technological artifacts. Vanga supposedly described the aliens as ancient entities who had witnessed the birth and death of countless civilizations throughout the galaxy, bringing wisdom about cosmic cycles and humanity's destiny. Her prophecy allegedly mentioned that these visitors would study Earth's inhabitants for several months before making direct contact, gathering information about human society, technology, and spiritual development. She reportedly predicted that the initial encounter would occur during a time when humanity faces significant global challenges, suggesting that alien intervention might provide solutions to pressing problems. Most intriguingly, her prophecy allegedly described the visitors arriving in objects that scientists would initially classify as comets or asteroids, only to discover evidence of artificial origins that, revolutionize understanding of cosmic intelligence. Could this ancient cosmic wanderer be the alien visitor that Baba Vanga foresaw decades ago? 3I Atlas, discovered on July 1, 2025, represents only the third confirmed interstellar object ever detected passing through our solar system, making it, honestly, an extraordinarily rare cosmic event. This mysterious visitor originated from beyond our solar system, traveling through interstellar space for potentially billions of years before entering our cosmic neighborhood. The object measures approximately 1 to 12 kilometers in diameter, making it significantly larger than previous interstellar visitors like Oumuamua and 2I Borisov, which captured worldwide attention but, departed before scientists could conduct comprehensive analysis. 3I Atlas displays characteristics that don't match typical comets or asteroids, exhibiting a perfect combination of natural and artificial features that continue to puzzle astronomers worldwide. The object was initially designated A11PL3Z before receiving its official interstellar classification, reflecting the complex process of determining its true nature and origins. Its discovery by the Atlas Telescope Network in Chile fulfilled Vanga's alleged prediction about mysterious objects appearing from distant stars during 2025. The timing of this discovery, occurring exactly when her prophecy specified alien contact would begin, has convinced many believers that humanity is witnessing the fulfillment of her most extraordinary prediction. Scientists continue studying 3I Atlas using every available technique, searching for definitive answers about whether this ancient visitor represents natural space debris or something far more significant for human civilization. Why is Harvard's most prominent astronomer suggesting that 3I Atlas might represent alien technology? Professor Avi Loeb, chair of Harvard University's astronomy department and one of the world's most respected astrophysicists, has publicly stated that 3I Atlas exhibits characteristics consistent with artificial, rather than natural origins. Loeb points to the object's statistically improbable trajectory, which lies almost perfectly in the ecliptic plane with only a 0.2% chance of occurring randomly, suggesting deliberate navigation rather than cosmic accident. He emphasizes that the object's extreme velocity of 58 kilometers per second and hyperbolic orbit with eccentricity 6.14 represent the most extreme values recorded for any interstellar visitor, indicating possible propulsion systems beyond current human understanding. The professor argues that 3I Atlas's behavior patterns, including its strategic timing and planetary encounter sequence, resemble a reconnaissance mission designed to study our solar system while minimizing detection risks. Loeb suggests that dismissing artificial possibilities without thorough investigation violates basic scientific methodology, especially when natural explanations fail to account for observed anomalies. His theory aligns remarkably with Baba Vanga's prophecy about alien visitors arriving in objects that initially appear natural but reveal technological characteristics upon closer examination. Other scientists have criticized Loeb's speculation as premature, but his reputation and academic credentials lend credibility to claims that 3I Atlas deserves consideration as potential alien technology. This scientific debate reflects the extraordinary nature of discoveries that seem to validate predictions made by a Bulgarian mystic decades before the technology existed to detect such objects. What specific features of this cosmic visitor suggest it might be more than just a wandering space rock? Detailed observations reveal that 3I Atlas possesses a remarkably spherical shape with minimal brightness variations during its 29-hour rotation period, contrasting sharply with the chaotic tumbling expected from natural objects ejected during violent stellar system interactions. The object maintains an unusually smooth and uniform surface appearance, lacking the irregular features and impact craters that should accumulate during billions of years of interstellar travel through cosmic debris fields. Its reddish coloration resembles manufactured materials more than pristine ice or rock, suggesting complex surface processing or artificial coating systems designed to protect internal structures. Most intriguingly, 3I Atlas exhibits controlled outgassing patterns that produce a faint coma and short tail, but these features appear far more regulated than the chaotic sublimation typical of natural comets approaching the Sun. Spectroscopic analysis reveals water ice signatures that don't match expected patterns, with observed signals rising where theoretical models predict they should drop, indicating possible artificial manipulation of surface chemistry. The object's extreme age of over 7 billion years raises questions about how any natural materials could remain so well preserved after eons of cosmic ray bombardment and micrometeorite impacts. Its brightness exceeds that of any previous interstellar visitor, suggesting either unusual reflectivity properties or potential internal illumination systems. These characteristics create a profile that fits neither conventional comet nor asteroid classifications, demanding new explanatory frameworks that might include artificial origins as Baba Vanga allegedly predicted. So how are scientists wrestling with evidence that seems to validate a mystic's impossible prophecy? The astronomical community, is still deeply divided over 3I Atlas's true nature. Some researchers are sticking to natural explanations while others say that, honestly, artificial origins can't be dismissed without a really comprehensive investigation. Mainstream scientists argue that these unusual characteristics probably result from unique formation conditions in distant stellar systems, exotic material compositions, or maybe some rare gravitational interactions during the object's interstellar journey, which, by the way, could have spanned billions of years. They emphasize that, extraordinary claims about alien technology require extraordinary evidence, and that just doesn't exist in the current observational data, no matter how statistically improbable or anomalous the behavior patterns might seem. However, a growing number of researchers acknowledge that 3I Atlas exhibits just too many unprecedented characteristics to completely dismiss artificial possibilities, especially considering the mathematical impossibility of its trajectory occurring purely by random processes. The trajectory analysis, for instance, reveals that the object passes unusually close to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, with only a 0.005% probability of such planetary encounters happening naturally. That suggests perhaps some kind of deliberate navigation designed for comprehensive solar system reconnaissance. Critics of natural explanations are quick to point out that conventional models really fail to account for the object's perfect ecliptic alignment, its controlled outgassing patterns, and its remarkable preservation state despite extreme age. This ongoing debate honestly reflects much broader questions about scientific methodology when we're confronted with potentially paradigm-shifting discoveries that challenge our fundamental assumptions about cosmic intelligence and humanity's place in the universe. And in a strange twist, this controversy perfectly matches Baba Vanga's alleged prediction that alien visitors would initially confuse scientists who would struggle to distinguish between natural phenomena and extraterrestrial technology. Could 3I Atlas represent humanity's first confirmed encounter with technology from an advanced extraterrestrial civilization? The spacecraft hypothesis suggests that this ancient visitor serves as an automated probe launched by intelligent beings billions of years ago, designed to survey potentially habitable star systems throughout the galaxy. Advanced propulsion systems might explain the object's extreme velocity and precise trajectory, utilizing technologies beyond current human understanding to navigate interstellar distances while maintaining operational capability across cosmic timescales. The probe theory accounts for 3I Atlas's strategic approach to planetary encounters, suggesting that alien engineers designed its mission parameters to gather maximum scientific data about Earth, Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, while minimizing detection risks. Its stealth-like behavior, including optimal timing for solar occultation during closest approach, matches theoretical predictions for how cautious alien civilizations might conduct reconnaissance missions in potentially dangerous inhabited systems. The object's remarkable preservation despite billions of years in space could result from advanced materials science and self-repair mechanisms that maintain structural integrity and operational capability throughout extended interstellar voyages. Internal power systems might explain the unusual thermal signatures and controlled outgassing patterns that distinguish 3I Atlas from natural comets, suggesting active systems rather than passive sublimation processes. The probe hypothesis aligns perfectly with Baba Vanga's prophecy about ancient beings who had witnessed cosmic cycles across billions of years, arriving to study human civilization before revealing their presence and intentions to Earth's inhabitants. When might Baba Vanga's prophecy reach its ultimate fulfillment through direct communication with alien intelligence? The critical timeline centers on 3I Atlas's perihelion approach on October 30, 2025, when the object reaches its closest point to the Sun and potentially activates dormant systems designed to initiate contact protocols with Earth's inhabitants. Following solar conjunction, the object will re-emerge in December 2025, providing what believers consider the most likely window for alien beings to reveal their true nature and begin open communication with humanity. This timing matches Vanga's alleged prediction that initial contact would occur during the final months of 2025, after several months of careful observation and data gathering by extraterrestrial visitors. Scientific monitoring campaigns scheduled throughout November and December will provide unprecedented observation opportunities, potentially revealing technological signatures or communication attempts that confirm artificial origins. The timeline allows sufficient observation periods for hypothetical alien intelligence to assess human technological capabilities, social structures, and readiness for contact before making themselves known to Earth's civilizations. Various space agencies and astronomical institutions are coordinating comprehensive observation programs designed to detect any potential signals, structural changes, or behavioral modifications that might indicate active alien technology. Amateur astronomers worldwide are also participating in citizen science projects to monitor 3I Atlas for any unusual activity that professional telescopes might miss. The November-December 2025 window represents humanity's best opportunity to confirm or refute theories about alien contact, as the object will depart the solar system forever if no evidence emerges during this critical period. How might advanced alien intelligence use 3I Atlas to study and potentially contact human civilization? The interaction scenario suggests that the object serves as a sophisticated observation platform, equipped with sensors capable of analyzing Earth's atmosphere, electromagnetic emissions, and biological signatures from its strategic vantage point during planetary encounters. Atmospheric analysis conducted during Venus and Earth approaches could provide alien scientists with detailed information about our planet's habitability, industrial development, and environmental challenges facing human civilization. The object's position allows comprehensive study of human radio communications, internet traffic, and satellite networks, giving hypothetical extraterrestrial observers unprecedented insight into our technological capabilities and social structures. Gravitational monitoring during the object's passage might enable alien scientists to map Earth's internal structure, tectonic activity, and natural resource distribution with extraordinary precision. The reconnaissance phase, lasting several months, matches Baba Vanga's prophecy about aliens conducting careful evaluation before deciding whether to establish direct contact with human governments or scientific institutions. If 3I Atlas contains alien technology, its operators might use December's re-emergence to transmit signals directly to Earth's radio telescopes, space agencies, or selected human representatives deemed most suitable for initial contact protocols. The interaction could range from simple mathematical signals proving artificial origins to complex data downloads, sharing advanced knowledge about cosmic civilization, interstellar travel, or solutions to pressing global challenges. This scenario represents the culmination of Vanga's prophecy, transforming humanity's understanding of intelligence in the universe and our species' cosmic destiny through contact with beings who have observed the rise and fall of countless civilizations across billions of years. As 3I Atlas continues its enigmatic journey through our solar system, the world watches with unprecedented anticipation for signs that might fulfill Baba Vanga's most extraordinary prophecy. Whether this ancient visitor proves to be natural space debris or humanity's first alien contact, the coming months will determine if 2025 becomes the year everything changes. The truth awaits discovery. Keep exploring these cosmic mysteries with Simply Science. Like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on this developing story. What if the third interstellar visitor ever discovered was not a comet, but a billion-year-old alien messenger? In the summer of 2025, a faint object designated 3Y Atlas streaked into our solar system, and a controversial hypothesis immediately captured the world's attention. This was no ordinary rock. The idea of advanced alien technology made global headlines, but NASA quickly stepped in with a powerful, evidence-based response that settled the debate. So what did they find? Let's explore this together. The Atlas discovery in Chile. So, how do we even spot these interstellar travelers in the first place? It starts with a constant, vigilant watch of the night sky. The story of 3I Atlas began on July 1, 2025, at an observatory in Chile. There, a robotic survey system named ATLAS, which stands for Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, detected a faint object at an apparent magnitude of 20, making it about 2.5 million times fainter than the faintest star visible to the naked eye. Led by principal investigator John Tonry, the ATLAS system is a NASA-funded project developed by the University of Hawaii, using its twin half-meter telescopes to scan the entire visible sky every 24 hours. When astronomers calculated the object's trajectory, they saw it was following a sharply hyperbolic path with an orbital eccentricity greater than 1. A definitive sign it wasn't gravitationally bound to our sun. Its orbit was an open curve, meaning it came from deep space and was destined to return there. The object was named 3Y Atlas, with the 3I marking it as the third interstellar object ever discovered. It was racing through our system at a stunning hyperbolic excess velocity of 35 kilometers per second, a truly exceptional catch and a prime target for immediate scientific study. Avi Loeb's controversial hypothesis. Here's where the story takes a sharp turn into speculative territory, thanks to a bold proposal from Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb. While most scientists saw a fascinating natural object, Loeb, known for his controversial work on Oumuamua, offered a different interpretation. In a scientific paper posted to the ArXiv preprint server, Loeb pointed to the object's early lack of a visible coma and its trajectory. He suggested that if the comet continued to show no outgassing, or if its path deviated from a purely gravitational path without a visible tail to explain the push, it could be evidence of something artificial. He even raised the hypothetical possibility of malign intent, though he stressed this was an intellectual exercise meant to keep science open to radical possibilities. His argument, similar to the one he made for Oumuamua, hinged on the idea that any non-gravitational acceleration without a visible coma required a novel explanation. He proposed that a solar sail, a thin, lightweight craft pushed by the pressure of sunlight itself, was one such possibility that science should not be afraid to consider, however unlikely it might seem at first. The physics of radiation pressure are well understood, but for it to be effective, an object must have a huge surface area and an extremely low mass, characteristics not found in natural bodies. Media sensation versus scientific method. Here's the thing about alien theories. They travel faster than light speed in the media. Avi Loeb's hypothesis for 3I Atlas was sensational. Headlines around the world, from online blogs to major news networks, quickly latched onto the most dramatic elements of his proposal, the possibility of an alien craft with potentially hostile intentions. This created a fascinating public spectacle but also highlighted a fundamental tension in how science works. The scientific method is a slow, methodical process that can take months or even years of observation and peer review before any conclusion is reached. In stark contrast, the news cycle operates in mere hours. The global conversation was suddenly centered on a dramatic, unproven idea, while the painstaking work of collecting hard data was just beginning. This put NASA in the position of having to respond not just to a scientific hypothesis, but to a worldwide media event fueled by one of the most compelling questions in human history. It was a classic case of exciting speculation, published on a preprint server before peer review, getting a massive head start on the deliberate evidence-based investigation. This gap between speculation and verification is where misinformation can thrive. NASA's comprehensive investigation. With the debate raging, NASA and its international partners marshaled their most powerful instruments. This wasn't a casual glance, it was a coordinated multi-platform investigation led by Tom Statler, NASA's lead scientist for small bodies. The agency dedicated priority time on the James Webb Space Telescope, using its near-infrared spectrograph or NIRSpec to perform detailed chemical analysis of the gases in its coma. Simultaneously, the Hubble Space Telescope's Wide Field Camera 3 was used for high-resolution imaging to search for any faint dust or fragmentation events with its superior resolving power in visible and ultraviolet light. On the ground, a network of observatories, including the twin 10-meter mirrors of the Keck Observatory in Hawaii, began a long-term monitoring campaign to track its brightness and trajectory with pinpoint accuracy. The goal was to leave no stone unturned, to precisely measure its path to within a few milliseconds, to analyze its chemical composition, and to study its light curve for clues about its shape and rotation. This multi-wavelength, multi-observatory approach is the gold standard in modern astronomy for characterizing a novel object. Comet behavior confirmed. So what does a comet actually do when it gets close to the Sun? The answer to that question was the key to solving the 3I Atlas mystery. As the object continued its journey inward, NASA's array of telescopes watched its every move. The findings were unambiguous. By late July 2025, as it crossed inside the orbit of Mars, 3I Atlas started to behave exactly like a comet. It developed a glowing coma, a fuzzy atmosphere of gas and dust, that eventually grew to over 100,000 kilometers in diameter. Soon after, it began to sprout a tail of dust and gas stretching for millions of kilometers, pushed away from the nucleus by the solar wind. Dr. Lori Glaze, director of NASA's Planetary Science Division, summarized the findings clearly, stating that the object was exhibiting all the classic signs of a comet, reacting to the Sun's energy. Its initial lack of a tail was simply because it was too far from the Sun for its ices to sublimate. The final verdict from the data was it looks like a comet, and it acts like a comet, so there was no need for an exotic, artificial explanation when a natural one fit the observations perfectly. Chemical composition analysis. But confirming it was a comet was just the beginning. The real prize was in its chemistry. A team led by Dr. Anjali Sharma, a planetary scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, used the James Webb Space Telescope's spectrographs to break down the faint light from the coma into its chemical fingerprints. The analysis revealed familiar substances like water ice and carbon dioxide, but with a major surprise, 3I Atlas had an unusually high ratio of carbon dioxide to water, measured at nearly 35%. This vital clue suggested the comet must have formed in an extremely cold region of its home star system, far out in its protoplanetary disk where carbon dioxide could freeze out in large quantities. Furthermore, analysis of the dust grains showed a polarization signature with negative branching at a phase angle of 22 degrees, suggesting a surface composed of very fine, porous, fluffy dust grains, a sign of a very pristine, unaltered body. This fluffiness implies the grains have not been heavily processed by heat or collisions, making them a near-perfect sample of their native environment. This chemical snapshot provides invaluable data for models of planetary formation in other star systems. Trajectory and safety assessment. With all the talk of alien technology and, possible malign intent, a critical question had to be answered. Was this object a threat to Earth? The bottom line is a definitive no. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, or JPL, used the global observation data to refine the comet's trajectory with pinpoint accuracy. Their calculations, made public through the Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, showed its closest approach to Earth would be a distant 1.8 astronomical units, which is roughly 170 million miles. There was never any risk of impact. The comet's orbit was also highly inclined at 60 degrees relative to the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where the planets orbit, meaning it was passing high above the main traffic of the solar system. Its perihelion, or closest approach to the Sun, was calculated to be a safe 1.5 AU, well outside of Earth's orbit. NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office was therefore able to declare with certainty that this object posed zero threat. This precise tracking dismantled any notion that the comet could be a danger, allowing everyone to focus on the science. Natural anomalies in cometary physics. So the whole 3I Atlas controversy really boils down to a single fundamental question in science. Is an anomaly evidence of something artificial, or is it a sign of a natural process we haven't encountered before? Science almost always bets on the latter. Our own solar system is filled with comets that behave in bizarre ways. Take Comet 29P Schwarzmann-Wachmann, which can increase in brightness by over 15 magnitudes, a factor of a million, in just a few hours due to cryovolcanic eruptions. Another example was Comet C 2019 Y4, or Atlas, a different comet which unexpectedly disintegrated into multiple pieces as it approached the Sun, showing how fragile these icy bodies can be. The point NASA scientists made is that unusual traits are not automatic evidence of engineering. They're part of the normal, messy, and fascinating physics of icy bodies. These anomalies are not problems for science, they're actually the very data points that lead to new discoveries about how objects form and evolve. So the unique chemistry of 3I Atlas isn't a paradox, it's a clue. Scientific value of interstellar visitors. So, if 3I Atlas is not alien technology, why is it so important? Well, it's because interstellar comets are windows into other worlds. Each one is a preserved time capsule carrying the precise chemical and physical fingerprints of the environment where it formed. For 3I Atlas, the dominance of carbon dioxide and its trajectory suggest it could be over 7 billion years old, originating from the Milky Way's thick disk, a population of ancient stars that existed long before our sun was born. By studying its isotopic ratios, like the deuterium to hydrogen ratio in its water, scientists can get direct clues about the water in other primordial solar systems, which is a key factor in assessing the potential for life elsewhere. This is more than just a curiosity, it's a preserved fragment of another planetary nursery. Future missions like the ESA's Comet Interceptor are being designed specifically to launch and wait in space, ready to chase down the next interstellar visitor for an even closer look. These objects represent a fundamental shift from studying other solar systems through the faint light of their stars to actually analyzing physical samples. Comparing 3 interstellar objects. Let me explain why having more than one of these visitors is so crucial. By comparing them, we can start to build a bigger picture of the galaxy. 3I Atlas was the third interstellar object detected, and it's fascinating how different all 3 have been. The first one, Oumuamua, was highly anomalous rocky, appearing to have an extreme 10:1 aspect ratio, and showing no visible coma, which is what led Avi Loeb to his original theory. The second, 2I Borisov, discovered by amateur astronomer Gennady Borisov, was almost the opposite. It looked and behaved very much like a standard long-period comet from our own Oort cloud, with a chemical composition, specifically a carbon monoxide to water ratio of about 0.3, that was remarkably familiar. 3I Atlas falls somewhere in the middle. It clearly behaves like a comet, but its distinct chemical ratios and light-scattering properties make it stand out as unique. This diversity is exactly what astronomers hope to find. It allows them to test whether the processes that shaped our home system are typical, or if we are an outlier. In the end, Comet 3I Atlas wasn't an alien messenger, but it did bring an incredible message. It wasn't science fiction, but it delivered profound science. It carried the chemical secrets of its birthplace, a star system far from our own, giving us a rare glimpse into the diversity of worlds forming across our galaxy. The real story isn't about a manufactured object, but about the natural wonder of the universe and our growing ability to study it. If you want more deep dives into the biggest discoveries from space, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. The universe always has another surprise waiting for us. Thanks for watching Simply Science. Bill Nye's latest findings from Voyager 1 reveal something that's honestly keeping NASA scientists awake at night. Here's a mind-bending fact for you. Light from our sun takes over 22 hours to reach Voyager 1's current position. That's just how far this tiny probe has traveled into the unknown. But what it's discovering out there isn't the peaceful emptiness we expected. Instead, Voyager 1 is detecting massive energy storms that shouldn't even exist, plasma waves that could totally obliterate future spacecraft, and magnetic chaos that, well, completely defies our understanding of physics. The question isn't really what's out there anymore. It's whether we're actually prepared for what's waiting in the darkness. The epic journey of Voyager 1. What if I told you that right now as you're watching this video there's a tiny spacecraft hurtling through the darkness of space at 38,000 miles per hour, carrying humanity's message to the stars? Voyager 1 isn't just any ordinary space probe, it's our species' greatest ambassador to the cosmos, and it's been on an incredible journey that started when your parents were probably jamming to disco music back in 1977. This remarkable piece of human engineering has traveled an absolutely mind-boggling 14 billion miles from Earth, making it the most distant human-made object in existence. Think about that for a second. 14 billion miles. That's so far that if you could drive there in a car going highway speeds, it would take you over 17 million years to reach it. What began as a simple mission to snap some photos of Jupiter and Saturn has evolved into something far more extraordinary. Voyager 1 has become our first interstellar explorer, crossing the boundary of our solar system in 2012 and venturing into the mysterious realm between the stars. Every single day, this incredible machine continues to beam back data from the edge of known space, revealing secrets about the universe that we never even knew existed. The fact that this 45-year-old spacecraft is still functioning perfectly in the harshest environment imaginable is nothing short of miraculous, and what it's discovering out there is about to blow your mind completely. The terrifying discovery that changed everything. Scientists are calling it the most unsettling space discovery in decades, and when Bill Nye uses the word terrifying to describe something from space, you know it's serious. After 45 years of silent travel through the cosmos, Voyager 1 has stumbled upon something in the depths of interstellar space that's making even the most seasoned astronomers lose sleep at night. This isn't your typical wow, look at this cool space rock kind of discovery. We're talking about findings that are fundamentally challenging everything we thought we understood about the universe beyond our solar system. The data streaming back from this ancient spacecraft is revealing that interstellar space isn't the peaceful, empty void we always assumed it would be. Instead, Voyager 1 has encountered phenomena so unexpected and potentially dangerous that it's forcing scientists to completely rewrite the textbooks on space exploration. What's particularly chilling is that these discoveries suggest the space between stars might be actively hostile to any form of life or technology that dares to venture into it. The implications are staggering because if these findings hold true, they could mean that humanity's dreams of reaching other star systems might be far more dangerous and complicated than we ever imagined. Bill Nye's concern isn't just academic curiosity, it's a genuine warning about what awaits us in the vast darkness between worlds, and why these revelations from our most distant explorers should make us both amazed and deeply concerned about our cosmic future. Mysterious magnetic field anomalies. Something is seriously wrong with the magnetic fields in deep space, and what Voyager 1 is detecting out there should terrify anyone who dreams of interstellar travel. The spacecraft has encountered magnetic field fluctuations so bizarre and unpredictable that they're completely defying every theoretical model we've built over decades of space research. We're not talking about minor variations here. These are dramatic, violent shifts in magnetic field strength and direction that are happening in patterns that make absolutely no sense according to our current understanding of physics. The magnetic environment that Voyager 1 is navigating through is like a cosmic storm that never ends, with field lines twisting and writhing in ways that suggest interstellar space is far more chaotic and turbulent than we ever dared to consider. What makes this discovery particularly alarming is that these magnetic anomalies could have devastating effects on any future spacecraft attempting to make the journey between stars. Magnetic fields control everything from cosmic radiation flow to the behavior of charged particles, and if we can't predict or understand these field patterns, we can't protect our technology or potential human crews from their effects. The implications are staggering because these findings suggest that the space between stars isn't just empty darkness, it's an active, dynamic environment filled with invisible forces that could tear apart any unprepared vessel. Voyager 1's instruments are essentially screaming back to Earth that interstellar space is nothing like the calm, predictable void we thought we'd find out there. The cosmic ray radiation surge. Your smartphone would be fried within seconds, and a human body would be cooked from the inside out. That's, the reality of what Voyager 1 is experiencing right now in the radiation-soaked nightmare of interstellar space. The spacecraft has detected a terrifying surge in cosmic ray radiation that's bombarding it at levels so intense they're completely rewriting our understanding of what lies beyond our solar system's protective bubble. These aren't just ordinary space particles we're talking about. These are high-energy cosmic bullets traveling at nearly the speed of light, packing enough punch to destroy DNA, fry electronic circuits, and turn any unprotected material into radioactive waste. What's absolutely chilling is that the radiation levels Voyager 1 is measuring are exponentially higher than anything our most pessimistic models predicted, creating a cosmic shooting gallery that would be instantly lethal to any living creature foolish enough to venture into it. The implications for future space exploration are downright terrifying because our current shielding technologies would be about as effective as tissue paper against this interstellar radiation storm. Every second that Voyager 1 spends in this hostile environment, it's being pelted by millions of these cosmic projectiles, and the fact that it's still functioning is nothing short of miraculous. This discovery means that the space between stars isn't just empty and cold. It's actively trying to destroy anything that dares to enter it, turning humanity's dreams of interstellar travel into a potential suicide mission that we're nowhere near prepared to attempt. Implications for future space exploration. Every science fiction movie about interstellar travel just became a horror story, and Voyager 1's discoveries are essentially telling us that our dreams of reaching other stars might be nothing more than elaborate plans for cosmic suicide missions. The combination of unpredictable magnetic field chaos and lethal radiation bombardment that our lone spacecraft is encountering out there paints an absolutely terrifying picture for any future human attempts to leave our solar system. Current spacecraft shielding technology, which we thought was pretty impressive, would be completely useless against the interstellar environment that Voyager 1 is revealing. It would be like trying to stop a machine gun with a paper umbrella. The magnetic field anomalies alone could send any navigation system into complete chaos, while the cosmic ray radiation would slowly cook any crew members from the inside out, turning what should be humanity's greatest adventure into a prolonged death sentence. Even our most advanced robotic missions would face catastrophic challenges in this hostile environment, with electronic systems failing left and right under the relentless assault of high-energy particles. What's particularly disturbing is that these discoveries are forcing engineers and scientists to completely rethink every aspect of interstellar mission design, from propulsion systems to life support to communication arrays. The space between stars isn't just vast and empty, it's actively trying to destroy anything that enters it, which means that reaching another star system might require technological breakthroughs we haven't even begun to develop yet, making interstellar exploration far more dangerous and complex than our wildest nightmares ever suggested. Voyager 1's aging but resilient instruments. How is a 45-year-old piece of technology that's older than the internet still sending back data that's revolutionizing our understanding of the universe? Voyager 1's instruments are performing what can only be described as the most incredible feat of engineering endurance in human history, continuing to function flawlessly in an environment so hostile that it would instantly destroy any modern smartphone or computer. These sensors were designed in the 1970s using technology that's practically ancient by today's standards. We're talking about equipment that has less computing power than a basic calculator, yet it's still detecting and measuring phenomena that our most advanced, Earth-based instruments could never hope to encounter. The spacecraft is operating in conditions that would make Antarctica look like a tropical paradise, enduring temperatures hundreds of degrees below zero, while being constantly bombarded by cosmic radiation that would fry any unprotected electronics in seconds. What makes this even more remarkable is that every piece of data Voyager 1 sends back to Earth takes over 22 hours to reach us, traveling across billions of miles of empty space at the speed of light. The fact that these decades-old instruments are not only surviving but thriving in the harshest environment imaginable is a testament to human ingenuity and our relentless drive to explore the unknown. Every signal we receive from this ancient explorer represents a triumph of engineering that's allowing us to peer into cosmic mysteries we never even knew existed, proving that sometimes the old ways of doing things are exactly what we need to unlock the universe's deepest secrets. Redefining our understanding of interstellar space. Everything we thought we knew about the space between stars was completely wrong, and Voyager 1's shocking discoveries are forcing scientists to throw decades of research straight into the trash can. Instead of finding the peaceful, empty cosmic highway that textbooks have been describing for generations, our intrepid spacecraft has stumbled into what can only be described as a turbulent ocean of chaos and violence that's rewriting the fundamental laws of astrophysics. The interstellar medium isn't the calm, predictable void we expected, it's a dynamic battlefield where invisible forces clash in ways that make absolutely no sense according to our current understanding of how the universe should work. Scientists are literally going back to the drawing board, questioning basic assumptions about galactic structure, stellar formation, and the very nature of space itself, because Voyager 1's data is revealing phenomena that shouldn't exist according to our models. This discovery is opening up entirely new fields of research that we didn't even know we needed, forcing astronomers to ask questions they never thought to consider before. The implications are staggering, because if we've been this wrong about something as fundamental as interstellar space, what else have we completely misunderstood about our cosmic neighborhood? Every new data packet from Voyager 1 is essentially telling us that the universe is far stranger, more complex and more dangerous than we ever dared to comprehend, turning our confident scientific theories into educated guesses that need complete reconstruction from the ground up. The heliosphere boundary mystery. There's an invisible war happening at the edge of our solar system right now, and Voyager 1 has just sent back battle reports that are making scientists question everything they thought they knew about our cosmic neighborhood's defenses. The boundary between our solar system and interstellar space, known as the heliopause, isn't the simple, clean border we always assumed it would be, but rather a chaotic battleground where our sun's influence clashes violently with the alien forces of deep space. Voyager 1's instruments are detecting bizarre structures and phenomena at this cosmic frontier that suggest our sun's protective bubble extends much further than we ever imagined, while simultaneously revealing that the interstellar medium is actively pushing back against our solar system like an invading army trying to breach our defenses. The heliopause is turning out to be a dynamic, constantly shifting boundary that's more like a cosmic stormfront than the peaceful transition zone scientists expected to find. What's particularly unsettling is that this boundary appears to be fluctuating and changing in real time, with the interstellar medium sometimes advancing deeper into our solar system's territory, and other times retreating under the sun's influence. These discoveries are revealing that our solar system isn't just floating peacefully through space. It's engaged in an ongoing cosmic struggle with the hostile environment beyond, and the outcome of this battle could determine whether our protective heliosphere remains strong enough to shield us from the deadly radiation and chaos that Voyager 1 is encountering in the depths of interstellar space. Bill Nye's call for scientific wonder and concern. When one of the most trusted voices in science education starts using words like terrifying to describe space discoveries, you know we're dealing with something that goes far beyond typical scientific curiosity. Bill Nye isn't just throwing around dramatic language for clicks. He's genuinely concerned about what Voyager 1's findings mean for humanity's future among the stars, while simultaneously celebrating the incredible power of human curiosity that made these discoveries possible in the first place. His perspective on these revelations is particularly compelling because he's spent decades making complex scientific concepts accessible to millions of people, and now he's faced with the challenge of explaining discoveries that are both awe-inspiring and deeply unsettling. Nye emphasizes that while these findings about interstellar space's hostile nature are genuinely frightening for anyone dreaming of Star Trek-style space exploration, they also represent the absolute pinnacle of human scientific achievement and our relentless drive to understand the universe around us. He argues that these terrifying discoveries shouldn't discourage us from exploring space, but rather inspire us to ask bigger questions, develop revolutionary technologies, and approach the cosmos with both profound wonder and healthy respect for its incredible complexity and potential dangers. What makes Nye's perspective so valuable is his ability to balance scientific excitement with practical concern, reminding us that every great discovery in human history has initially seemed impossible or frightening, but ultimately led to breakthroughs that expanded our understanding and capabilities in ways we never thought possible. What the future holds for deep space discovery. Right now, billions of miles away in the cosmic darkness, Voyager 1 is racing toward discoveries that could completely change everything we think we know about the universe, and we might only have a few more years to receive these mind-blowing revelations. As this incredible spacecraft continues its lonely journey into the unknown depths of interstellar space, scientists around the world are holding their breath, eagerly awaiting the next batch of data that could revolutionize our understanding of what lies beyond our solar system's protective boundaries. The clock is ticking because Voyager 1's power supply is gradually weakening, and engineers estimate that the spacecraft will only have enough energy to operate some of its most crucial instruments until around 2025. Meaning we're potentially in the final countdown to receive humanity's last direct communications from the edge of known space. What makes this race against time even more exciting is that these groundbreaking findings are already influencing how we design future deep space missions, forcing engineers to develop entirely new technologies that can survive in the harsh, radiation-soaked environment that Voyager 1 has revealed. The spacecraft's terrifying discoveries about magnetic field chaos and cosmic ray bombardment are challenging scientists to create revolutionary shielding systems, navigation technologies, and communication arrays that can function in conditions far more hostile than we ever imagined. Every day that Voyager 1 continues to transmit data brings us closer to unlocking cosmic secrets that could reshape our entire approach to space exploration and our understanding of humanity's place in this vast, dangerous, and utterly fascinating universe. And there you have it. Voyager 1's incredible journey continues to reveal the universe's most mind-bending secrets. The cosmos is far stranger and more dangerous than we ever imagined, but that's exactly what makes space exploration so fascinating. If these cosmic discoveries blew your mind as much as they did mine, make sure to hit that bell icon so you never miss our latest space revelations. Don't forget to subscribe to Simply Science for more incredible discoveries that will change how you see the universe. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these Voyager 1 findings shocked you the most. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of science.